96.5 FM.
Hear me now. You're down to the number one station. Educative and quality information. Brighten up your day in so many ways. Tune to 98.5
FM. Oluyole 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM. Oluyole 98.5 FM. 98.5.
This is the Under-19 Women's World Cup. And here is Nigeria.
Very, very excited to be in Malaysia. It's a dream come true. It's overwhelming. We're actually the first female team to qualify for the World Cup in my country.
An opportunity to bring out that lion in me. That we're going to make it, we're going to win, and we'll get the cup back to Nigeria.
They definitely have the moves and the fire.
When we are fielding, just come watch. Oh, we're going to bring fire everywhere.
Our saying is, they are batting just two, us we are 11, so if one falls, the remaining 10 pick up that one.
You've got to keep your eyes on.
Let me pick out our captain, Lucky Paiti. Okay, I agree. Comes that one.
You've got to keep your eyes on.
Let me pick out our captain, Lucky Paiti. Okay, I agree with them. She's gonna be the toughest batter. She adapts to bowlers so easily. When she bats, you feel that strong aura. Yeah. So you, it's a good ball. Well, you're going to the bush. Yeah, I just have to agree with him.
Rearing and ready to go. Let's hear it for
All right, that's all Nigeria's very own a beautiful under-19. Yes, talking about the junior yellow green team. Women's under-19 cricket team have made a landmark achievement by qualifying for the ICC under-19 Women's T20 World Cup right there, which is currently taking place in Malaysia. It is presently on, and of course, we've had the draw in the opener. And of course, a lot of people talking about the beauty of what happened right there, talking about the games coming through for Nigeria's cricketers. So it's not just about athletics and football. Yes, it's also about cricket, because they are also doing something right there. Of course, it's been quite beautiful talking about all those little details. But of course, apologies for coming a bit later. Due to technical glitches right here on this side. And of course, we're looking to actually get you the best of all the updates coming through from the different sides. So the weekend has been filled with much action. Well, of course, today we're going to be delving into some of those, and of course, telling you about the stories making the rounds right there. I am Victor, and I welcome you right here for this very beautiful edition for Sports Beats. This very beautiful Monday morning. Of course, it's no longer news. We've got quite a bit coming from the Premier League. You also know that we got something coming from the CAF Confederations Cup, as well as the La Liga, the Serie A. Of course, every different center. It's beauty pouring through from all parts of the sports world. It's no longer news. Eyimba, yes, yesterday they crashed out of the CAF Confederations Cup after a 3-1 loss to the Zamalek of Egypt. Yes, Zamalek and Hamas, both of them qualified to the quarterfinal of the tournament from the Group D, while Nigeria's own People's Elephant could not do something. Well, the only scorer in the game for the Nigerian side, Ifeanyi Emekwele, scored on the 57th minute, reducing the deficit right there to 2-1. Of course, the Egyptians added a third, and of course, it's a very, very huge difference maker. Now, despite that, a lot of people have been talking about Nigeria's chances, talking about the coefficients, and of course, what we got coming through as regarding, what we have on the continent. Talking about slots now, and of course, talking about those slots. Well, there's been updates, and of course, I'm pleased to inform you guys that we got something from that particular side. Well, of course, a lot of people actually were scared, myself inclusive, and of course, a lot of people said, okay, what's going to be happening right there? Well, of course, it was not in our hands. That's the truth. It was not in our hands. And so we are waiting on some different sides from Burkina Faso and Mali to also drop or lose games in their last round of fixtures in the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League. And of course, if they did that, that would mean that we would be able to actually, get the coefficients up our sleeves, and of course, get the number of, representatives representing right there, in the continent. But of course, following State Malians loss to City Luanda right at home in Mali, Nigeria will now have 4 reps of the continent next season. The top 3 for the league, and of course the Federation Cup winner. That's how it is. So it's no longer top 4 as we saw the last time out. It's top 3. And of course, the final one, the final slot will be for the Federation Cup winner. That's how it is right there, talking about this competition. And of course, a lot of people have been looking hard. What's going to give? What's going to happen right there? Anyways, still on the MPFL clubs, and you know what's to come for them. Economic Warriors have announced something for us. It's breaking news. They have relocated their training ground temporarily, and that's due to ongoing stadium maintenance at their Economic Warriors FC stadium. Now, they will be training at the College of Agriculture in Mona Road until further notice. That's the update that we have for them. And some people have been asking, come on, what's happening? The CAF Confederations Cup. Let's get the quarterfinalists. All right. For the quarterfinalists, we have a list right there. The group winners from the different 4 groups, Simba SC, right there, are already, right there in the quarterfinals. Talk about the USM OJS of Algeria also in there. We also have RS Berkane right there from Morocco, as well as Zamalek of Egypt. That's how it is right there, talking about the sides. Yes, Tanzania's very own Simba are also representing. Well, of course, the runners-up, we have Masri of Egypt, Stellenbosch right there of South Africa. Well, you never thought you would see this, but hey, here we are. CS Constantine right there for Algeria, as well as Asec Mimosas of Cote d'Ivoire. All of them are listed in here. Of course, that's how it is, talking about those who will be representing on the continent. All right, let's come a bit before we actually delve onto the international waters, because we got some bits of updates right here. Yes, sports. Governor Seyi Makinde yesterday completed the Austin Half Marathon in 2 hours 53 minutes. That was yesterday. Of course, he said that though conditions were tough with freezing temperatures at 1 degree Celsius, he finished faster than what he had at the Berkeley Half Marathon, which he participated in about 2 years ago. Oh yeah, he runs. Not just for the governorship seat. He also runs right there on the tracks. And of course, yes, he partook in marathon at the Houston Half Marathon. He had a time of 2 hours 53 minutes. Oh, he thought he was done? No, he's not. But also, he took part in a 5 kilometers fun run yesterday, which he completed in 38 minutes. So how many of you can actually do that? So that's a huge question. How many of you can actually take part in marathons and get those numbers? It's a huge question for you and I out there. Okay, there's going to be a lot of the stories making the rounds, but let's give you this one. Alakli, they had the most decorated football club in the world. Well, just in case you were wondering, they have an astounding 129 titles to their name. And of course, this recognition was actually confirmed right there on Friday night in a publication released by the International Federation of Football History and Statistics. So if you have seen the name IFFHS, well, of course, you know that they are very liable. Of course, they keep football history and statistics. Well, of course, they have an updated ranking of clubs with the most silverware in football history. And of course, they published that one out, highlighting a significant milestone achieved by Barcelona, who recently clinched their 100th trophy by winning the Spanish Super Cup. Well, of course, Barcelona became the 8th club to join that exclusive 100 trophies club. And of course, that statement actually showed that they have become the 8th one. And of course, it was a beautiful milestone for them. And the list is still led by Egyptian side Al Ahly. The Cairo-based club has consistently demonstrated its pedigree on both the domestic and continental stages. Well, the club have actually achieved unrivaled success in the Egyptian Premier League, the CAF Champions League, and various other competitions. Well, if you're wondering what the top 8 looks like, those who have reached 100 titles and more, well, number 1 is Al Ahly with 129 titles, and far behind them is Celtic in second spot with 119. Yes, 10 titles away from them. Rangers in Scotland are with 118 titles. Well, just close, just close. And you wonder what happened. Talking about the Old Firm Derby, how the clashes have been. Actually, the Rangers have been winning all this while. Of course, Celtic only just got to surpass them recently. At number 4 is Club Nacional with 116 titles. You have Linfield with 116 titles also at number 5. Well, at number 6 is Real Madrid with 105 titles right there. And of course, we have a South American side, CA Peñarol, with 102 titles right there at number 7. And of course, that's Barcelona joining at number 8 with 100 titles. Also, officially, it's confirmed to you that Real Madrid has been named the men's world best club 2024 by IFFHS. That's how it is right there. Of course, a lot of people looking at what's to come right there this season for Real Madrid. But let's talk about some of the happenings. While Paulo Nacho was right there in the Nigerian derby against Nottingham Forest, but of course, Oluyole showed that he provided an assist and had a fine goal line clearance. A fine save right there to keep the score at 3-2 between both sides. Well, Oluyole actually contrived to ensure that Chris Wood got another goal to his name this season. And of course, that was with that cross which was headed home by Chris Wood, making 3-0 for Nottingham Forest. But hey, they looked like they were going to be stunned right there later on with those 2 goals from Southampton, where Paulo Nacho actually opened his Premier League account for the side. But then, late on in the game, right deep in injury time, was Oluyole who had this fine goal line save to ensure that he did not actually go in. Alright, let's talk about some clubs. Manchester United. Let's talk about the Premier League action that we caught this very beautiful weekend. Manchester United are in all different pots of soup. Of course, I wouldn't be doing that without actually letting you hear something from the mouth of the gaffer. Yes, the one and only gaffer who has been in charge of the club, who has been in charge right there for about 15 matches now.
Your headlines. We are being the worst team, maybe, in history of Manchester United. I know that you want headlines, but I'm saying that because we have to acknowledge that and to change that. So here you go, your headlines.
You can imagine that. Ruben Amorim conceding that his team actually have been the worst Manchester United side. Come on, this is so sad. This is so sad. You look at the run, you ask the question, what exactly is happening? Waiting they happen. Anyways, we had 20 goals across 4 different games yesterday. And the biggest talk of the town was Manchester United's defeat at the Old Trafford at the hands of Brighton and Hove Albion. 3-1 it ended. And of course, some records were created right there in that run. Well, what records? First and foremost, let's give it this one. Yes, Kaoru Mitoma. Yes, he scored more goals than any other Japanese player in Premier League history. After scoring his 15th right there against Manchester United. You see what a beauty it is having this man, getting there. Anyways, in their last 7 meetings, it's been 6 victories for Brighton and Hove Albion. So in case you need something to brighten up your day, just look at that record. Remember, in May 2022, it was a 4-0 victory for Brighton against Manchester United. And in August, later on that year, they defeated Manchester United by 2-1. Yes, in May the next year, they defeated them by 1-0. And then a 3-1 victory in September 2023. But Manchester United tried to take it back. And of course, they won by 2-0 in May 2024. But then back in August last year, Brighton won by 2-1. And of course, yesterday, then a 3-1 in favor of the Seagulls right there. And of course, former Manchester United man Danny Welbeck was right there ensuring that the job was done for Brighton. Boy. And you look at that run, you look at what's happened to Manchester United, and you ask the question, where would the right spite come from? Well, Manchester United have lost 10 of their 22 Premier League games this season. The earliest into a league campaign that they have hit double figures for defeats since 1989-1990 under Sir Alex Ferguson after 22 games. They have lost to Brighton twice this season. They have lost to Liverpool, Tottenham, West Ham United, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, AFC Bournemouth, Wolves, and Newcastle United. And most of those games, they have not scored in them. Oh, this is very interesting. And you wonder what's to happen right there. Well, Ruben Amorim was fielding questions. And of course, after that huge headline statement, he also was asked about Rashford not being in the squad. And he replied, no matter what, he is not going to put a player he does not believe is the best for the team. Says Marcus is out of this moment because he is not playing. And of course, it is quite interesting how this is going. Well, still talking about Manchester United. Looks like Anthony is on his way out. Yes, yes, agreed every detail of his move to Real Betis on loan until the end of the season. That's how it is right there. And of course, they are set to seal this deal this very week. Well, we'll see what happens between these two sides regarding what's to come. Well, of course, as we gradually draw the curtains this very beautiful morning, let's get that there will be some beautiful action coming through right there in the world of tennis. And of course, David Moyes was victorious yesterday, and of course a lot of people talking about how he did it as someone who 12 years on won again at the Goodison Park. But of course a lot of records have been broken and made, and of course a lot of people watching Nottingham Forest, especially with 8 matches unbeaten right there. But of course we'll give you a more comprehensive lowdown on TV later on today at 2 p.m. Join us for Fans Forum, a show specially created and curated for the fans out there. Thank you very much for joining. It's bye for now.
Hallelujah! Àkókò tún ti tọ́ fún Ọlọ́run ìjọ Àpọ́sítélì Kristi láti tún falẹ̀ ya fún iṣẹ́ àmì àti ìyanu lórúkọ Jésù Kristi nínú ní gbogbo Tuesday ní CAC Fitri Center number 6 Ogoluwa Estate bus stop zone 1 Alagbon area Kúmọ̀pàyí road Olodo Ìbàdàn aago 9 àárọ̀ sí 12 àti ní gbogbo Wednesday ní CAC Fitri Center Gbági Akínbádé